Hello, everyone. It's Linda Z's here, and Linda, and my two grandsons, Max and Hugo.
Hello.
And can you say hi?
Hello.
One of the things that people have been commenting on the last video or a couple of my videos is, and you can see I've got a mask, we all have the same ones on, is how do you fit these masks perfectly so that they really feel comfortable, you can breathe in them, and I can actually talk in them during this video. Normally I don't have a mask on, but because this is really on not just the fitting part, but actually showing you the measuring on another person. And so I decided, and I asked them, and you readily agreed, right, Hugo?
Yeah.
Yep. How about you, Max? Yeah. It was okay. Because how many masks have I made you? Quite a,
like 3 or 4.
Yeah, quite a few that fit now.
Yeah.
Right. So I want to show you exactly how I go about it. Now, number one, you can see on the mat here, I do take, and if you've seen any of my other videos, we have a free mask that we do give you. It's in one of the PDFs. It's on one of our videos on our YouTube channel that you subscribe to. So go on there and print it out. You've probably heard me say this before. There's various different sizes. And you're going to start out by figuring out what you're going to do by actually measuring the across the nose on each one of the people that you want to do this for. And that's why I wanted to really show you where I measure and how I do it on the mask. But before I do that, this is the hospital grade fabric. We are just thrilled to have this. It is going so fast. We've tried to order more. I think more is coming in. See, this fabric literally can be thrown into the washing machine. That's what I always do. And you could pour bleach right on it and it will not bleach out. It's just amazing what they can do in these labs. Now, if you see, once you get the perfect mask, which I do have on a couple of these, the key thing that I've told you over and over is that you do need to start with one size and you're going to make adjustments. You can see this is what I started with for myself, and I'll show you where I ended up. I don't know if you can see that there. You see how much I've cut off? And this fits me, as you can see, perfectly. Now, I do put a pleat on each side because that really draws it up. It allows me to breathe more, and I don't have to worry about it at all. So once I've got that perfect pattern, which is what this is, I fold this selvage to selvage, and I keep folding it over, and I can literally cut out 4 masks right here, and 4 here, and 4 here, and all in one time. So that's what I would encourage you to do. You can see I've done that on a couple of these. There's some other supplies that you're going to need. Obviously, the elastic. I love these colors. What do you guys think about the red elastic?
I like it.
You do?
That's a nice little touch.
Okay, good.
I like the turquoise too.
Yeah, this is his favorite, I heard. How about you?
Probably the one I do.
I like white also.
Bright blue and white, yeah. Now, we have a lot of black, like I said, black masks for them too, but the...
Can't go wrong with a black mask.
Yeah, it'll go with everything, so... Now, one of the things we have done besides the elastic, and I believe they all come in one package, isn't that correct? I think you've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm doing is I take one of these pieces and I literally take this perfect stick. You've heard me talk about it before. It's very, very important when you want to do an initial. And you can see with my hand under there, do you see how I've done all the different names? I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 masks, and I could do another one on here too. And I just smooth it down, put it on the machine. Well, you want it on the right side so it will show. And then you'll put your another name wherever you want to put it and peel it off. When I peel it off, I hold it very tight by the name so that you can actually see that this perfect stick peels off very well. Then I take something, and it depends on, do you use these for sports too, Hugo?
Yeah.
How about you, Max?
Yeah.
When we're outside and working out.
They have a filter pocket in it. Do you usually put that in? You don't, I'm sure not.
Mm-hmm.
I do make them like that just so if they do want to put them in, it will. But here's another thing you can do.
Probably for cold and flu season more.
Right. Now, this is called Heat and Stay Tearaway. You could also use the tearaway. It does not tear away. If you fuse this, it's fusible. and you can put it over the name, and it really gives you a wonderful fusible, like an interface, like a filter. There is a cutaway medium fusible that I've also used, but it gets a little heavy, and I can imagine when you're doing sports, what kind of sports are you doing?
Just working out outside, lifting weights.
Now, do you have to wear those when you work outside?
Mm-hmm.
And we used it for football during the summer.
Oh, and you had to wear the mask too? Yeah, well, then I can see why they probably don't want to have the filters in at that time. So it's your call on that. But one of the things that I want to show you what we're doing, we made the 3 masks, and I made a couple of extras because this is a key thing for fitting. Do you see this rounded curve? Can you see how I've gone in with this tiny little scissors? And this is one of the most important things that you're going to do. You're going to clip. You see that? I clipped it, and you're going to clip it all the way around. And then when you go to turn this, this is going to be very, very easy to see the rounded corners. Now, I want to try this on Max because Max's is really, if you can go to the side here, you can see his really works pretty well, but I don't like it as long as that with the elastic. They want them looser than I'd like them. So I'm going to take about a 1/2 inch out of this elastic. And what am I going to do when I do that? I'm going to mark that 1/2 inch immediately because I know that I made this elastic 5.5 inches. So his next one, I'm going to make 5 inches because I know that's going to work better. Let me see on your other side. Now that's probably okay. That might be, and can I take this off or can you give it to me? I'm going to show you something that you need to do when you're looking at your elastic once you've made it. You can take this elastic and you can start measuring. You can see I've got a 1/4 inch there. There's 1, 2, and be very careful you don't stretch this when you're looking at this. 3, 4, 5. Actually, this was 5 3/4, and that's the difference. So I cut that just a little bit too long. So this means that his mask at 5.5 cut accurately probably is the right length. It might be 5 1/4 inches, and I would make one more just to see. Now I know I'm being really specific on this, but if you want to get a perfect fitting mask, you have to be specific. If you look at mine, you see again how I've got the pleats in it. You can see on, I don't think I've done one like that, but I am going to take and see if, let's put this back on you, and see if I were to put a pleat on there. I don't think you need it. I really don't. You could, if you wanted to get it real tight against his face. Now, personally, I probably would do that. Turn around on the other side if we can see it. And see that little gap there? I would do the same thing there. And when I do that, I don't put the pleat. I would take that and I would put, because you have I'd put a fold on the front going down. You can see that. And then on the back, I would do the same thing. It would be, this is going to be your right sides together. And I want to make sure that that pleat does not, I don't want those pleats stacked on top of each other. I want them stacked so they butt up against each other. So I take my clip and put it on the other side. And now you can see you want to measure it so that it fits, and it does. It might be a little, I adjust that just a little bit. Now those pleats, if you can see here, are going to butt right up against each other when we sew these 2 sides together. And that's one way that you can measure. Another way, of course, when you're first starting, in order to get this mask that I have for him, I had to do this piece first. And again, by putting it up against the face and really seeing if it works, you want to remember you're doing 1/4 inch seams on these, and then you'll find out if it really does work. Now, the next thing that I need to look at, and we'll do that with you, Hugo, is the elastic. The elastic can change, and I've talked about that before. We put red on this one, but how does that feel on you?
Feels good, actually.
Okay, so you don't really want any changes. Now, if you notice on Hugo's mask, you can see the differences because I have some cut out here. Is it better for you to see it? Can you see it that way? Or do you want me to put it on the mat here? See, if I put it down here, you can see, look at all the notes I've been putting on here. You'll also notice that Max likes his a little longer, Hugo likes his across the nose, and Hugo likes his a little smaller. Now, in order to get that original measurement, what I did is I took this and I went across from nose to nose over to here and to here, and I do the finished, or you can do if I said the finished side is almost 9 inches, that's in a small mask. That's a shorter mask. Whereas let's go across yours, and we go from side to side, and the finished mask on his is 10.5 inches. So that's a real important thing to get this particular part ready for you. Once you have that part all set up, the next thing is really quite easy. You're just going to do the elastic. And that's when I put the first one in, and then when I sew these pieces together, and I don't put the last ones on because I want to measure that on. I can measure it, as you've seen before, with the tape measure going across here and here, but that's not going to give me quite an accurate, because again, it could stretch slightly. See, this one, well, this is 5 3/4 when I measure it. And remember, we looked at his, and his mask works out better for him at 5 1/4, not 5.5 inches. So that's giving you just a little bit of an idea, because you want these masks to fit. You really do. And like you were saying, Hugo, you want it comfortable too.
Yeah.
Now, do you use this bridge? Because we put in, I don't know where those went. We had those little bags of the little metal things that go in here. Do you use yours?
Yeah.
And how about you?
Oh, yeah.
You do use it? Yeah.
Sometimes it helps it to keep up.
It does keep it up. Well, when we first started this video, I didn't have mine pinched. We had to redo it because it does help it to stay up. That's the whole key. It will go down if you're not going to do it. Now, can you breathe in this?
Yeah, perfectly.
And this is the other hospital fabric too, in the black. Now, I've made you some in the batiks. Can you breathe in those?
Yeah.
You can. Okay, good. All right, so one last little thing that we have just heard that we're getting are those little adjustable things on the elastic. Now, I don't know quite how they work yet because I don't have them, but they are going to be, it's that little thing you just pull, and we'll show you in one of our videos. But again, let me say this real strongly because I think it's real important. And I've got other stabilizers here too that, we used in this. You should have fun with this. I mean, if you're not having fun, the masks are going to not only teach you about fitting and, working with your family and really getting them something that unfortunately we just have to do right now. Let's learn a few techniques, learn some of the things that are really fun about the mask, and, make it, like you say, you get used to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take you, Max, to get used to it?
Probably a couple days.
Yeah.
If I like the mask, I might even be excited to wear it.
Oh, good. Well, tell me this then. Would you prefer a big name or a small name? Oops, that's not yours. This is yours. Well, here, we don't have a small one of yours. Oh, here we do. Okay. Do you like the big name or the small name on there?
More smaller.
Smaller for you.
Mm-hmm.
Max, how about you? The smaller one or the bigger one?
I can really go with either, but I like this kind.
The bigger one.
Yeah.
Well,
you really like that print, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, you like it? Yeah. Well, the one thing that's nice is that at least your friends can tell who you are then.
Yeah.
Right?
Should they
For your
pre-wash
teachers.
this fabric?
I always pre-wash the fabric. It's really important to do that because if you're going to use it afterwards, I throw it in the machine and I throw it in hot water because I feel, it's important. Then I press it with this wonderful Laura Star behind me. All my masks get steamed every single day. Okay, I think we're finished. Thanks for staying with us, guys. I hope this is helpful, and thank you very much, you guys. You are amazing. Okay. Try and get 16-year-olds to do this or 15-year-olds. Okay, bye, everyone. Thank you.